happen for him. Now he's kind of in trouble.
After that mega health, not so much, but
there we
again,
go.
These rails are going to be vital, and now DaHanG gets that mega railed off. One more from him. Oh my god.
Another one.
Oh,
That was a vertical LG, folks. That's nice stuff. 3-3, and the DaHanG picks up RA, does a plasma jump for the health, and he'll be able to collect this yellow as well. DaHanG does not have much to his name. Mega up in about 4 seconds, so he's going to be fighting this with 60 armor. One rail will basically put him out. How does he get away? What?
Yikes.
Wow. There's the rail. It's coming in at just an unexpected time, and there's the follow-up. Now it's a 1-point game, or rather, excuse me, yeah, it's a 1-point game in DaHanG's favor. So I have to say, this is where things get a little bit scary, because the DaHanG on this map is pretty incredible. Oh god, there's a rail, and it's 50% rail for him so far. That's another one. Nice telegraph shot. Can't get the other one because he gets popped up by the rocket, but he's going to go ahead strong. He's still feeling good about this. Mega taken. Exit damage missed. So now the DaHanG. Great anticipation. Armor taken, and that is frag number 2 for the... he's saying good time to spike, DaHanG says. That's a 2 frag advantage. Let's see if he can grow it.
And really, this is all about distancing. DaHanG needs to find a way to make all of these fights shorter range, not give the DaHanG all this leeway. And of course, on a map like this, with the setup for red armor and mega health, it's very, very difficult to do that. But the teleporters, yes, you can catch your opponent flat-footed and kind of close that distance really quickly. But if DaHanG is not able to pull that together, if he keeps trying to do things like throw LG across the room, that was kind of odd.
I guess he was expecting the DaHanG to be aggressive there. It didn't happen. 6-3, and we are past. We're past the halfway point.
How many times have we seen the DaHanG just like rush forward and try to, just fill the room with rockets? How many times have we seen that compared to just hanging back, and even right now, just plus back, throwing out some spam rockets, throwing out some spam rails, most of those hitting even. Jeez.
And there you go, 7-3. And I have to say, I think most people probably would have watched that first map where it's kind of interesting, but then ZTN went back the other way, and now the DaHanG he's in his comfort zone. He's feeling good. He's got less than 4 minutes to play, and he's got a 4 frag advantage. And honestly, he has choices between Mega and Red right now. He's going to try to do damage on one, doesn't get it, but that gives him plenty of time to get Mega and not have to worry about any real pressure, because DaHanG at this point isn't working with a whole lot of stack. He's got 83 armor, and that's after picking up the red.
No. And you could see that the DaHanG was actually expecting DaHanG to have the drop in there. I think it would have been better for DaHanG after that last hit in the first room to just, plus forward and barge in there. But as it stands, DaHanG was totally expecting that shot from DaHanG. Even though he missed the initial shot and DaHanG got that first rocket in, it didn't really matter because the rest of that fight, oh my god. Yeah. DaHanG has DaHanG open on a table now, and he's going, oh, ding, turn the page.
So here's the problem that I have, is that honestly, DaHanG never ever should have let the DaHanG play this map. The fact that this is the tiebreaker, this is the time that you want to see DM6, honestly. DaHanG should have tossed this and let DM6 be the tiebreaker, because I think on that map, the DaHanG is not nearly as strong. And so DaHanG basically doesn't know his opponent. I think that's what it boils down to.
And I think DaHanG is actually... I don't want to say he's getting scared, but his kind of laxness on the timing here for these fights is not a good sign.
Well, I think that he realizes that he will have to... Well, not exactly sure what he'll have to do.
Huh. Think he's mentally thrown in the towel at this point?
Yeah, I agree.
The crusty towel. see, there's the rail that we needed to see
There's
from
two.
DaHanG, and there's number
There's
2.
three.
So finally, there it is. So it's probably too late to turn this one back around, but
Yeah. I mean, if he does it, I will. I don't know.
again, yeah.
Yeah. But it's so unlikely at this point. There's just a minute left to go. I mean, you'd have to get like 4 spawn frags or something. I don't know. Even then, it would be difficult.
1 minute warning.
But weren't you saying earlier before that DaHanG was reading the noobs like a book? I mean, at this point, DaHanG's timing on these items, I mean, the noobs has had a grenade ready for him and a rail for dessert every single time. Every single time. He has not missed a single beat here, so really, really great play from the noobs. And of course, rail accuracy, let's take a look at the noobs' rail accuracy right now. It's 41%. Not too shabby at all.
Yeah.
So final 30 seconds here. The noobs is going to be moving on in the upper bracket. And DaHanG, I was not expecting this. He's going to be moving into the LB.
Indeed, he will. And you know, I think that again, had this been a different map, it might have been a different story. But unfortunately, unlike certain governments, we actually follow the facts when it comes to history, and it will be written thusly: the noobs beats DaHanG on Furious Heights. So well played there. And it's going to be 12-5. That's a convincing win. 27% overall accuracy and a railgun as the noobs' best weapon with 6 impressives. So I think that most people might consider that an upset. So yeah, Vampire is telling me that, you know, that it's also DaHanG's best map, but even so, you have to have known. I mean, maybe it's just our fortune of being able to cast the noobs on King of the Hill for several weeks. But he's just like Sparks. He always picks Furious Heights. You don't want to play him on Furious Heights. Vampire says, I wasn't speaking an opinion, it was fact. Well, you know what? Then I guess we can just say that the noobs beat DaHanG on his best map, so there.
And that's a fact.
That's a fact, too. All right. Okay, so this next matchup, you said it was Rafa versus Pyro? Swoop?
Versus Swooped. Swooped, yes. Server is up, and you guys should be good to connect.
So yeah, I'm not sure if I wanted to call that last map an upset, but I'm sure DaHanG is going to be rather upset, you know, being kicked into the losers bracket, especially so early on. I was not expecting that at all. And I knew it was going to be a while before we were going to get the chance to see Rafa v DaHanG. I'm sure a lot of us want to see how that turns out today, but we could be waiting a little bit longer.
So T9 and DM13 were dropped. Rafa picks T7 and Zetian is picked by Swoop.
And it leaves DM6 as the tiebreaker.
So there is a chance we could see some DM6 today.
Nah.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. So Swooped, otherwise known as Pyro.
And yeah, I gotta say, you know, if anything was unexpected about the noobs' play today, I gotta say, those rails were flat
that
out
to me isn't
amazing.
unexpected. I mean, that's the part I expect him to do.
Right, but to that extent, to the point where they were that useful and he was able to keep the distance that long and really make those rails work for him, and even using the shotgun a few times is kind of a clutch shot. Just really, really great weapon choices all around.
That might be when we take a little bit of a break and do a little switcheroo. But we're going to go live right now.
Yeah.
In 3, Rafa versus Swooped right now. And Swooped is going to get the RA spawn, heading back for a rail and the other yellow armor. Rafa, Mega, yellow, and LG. Rockets in hand as well.
And Swooped is actually expecting Rafa to show up here. Already got the rail out on the ready, trying to make that first hit happen. Not getting the shots in though, whiffing quite a few of those. He hasn't hit one yet, I don't believe. No, he hasn't, and he ends up taking a bit of shafted. Yeah.
Yeah, both missed quite a bit there. Rafa does get the RA. Now, if he's quick, he can go maybe do some... no, he's late to Mega, so that should be... Oh, wow, look at this. Swooped is late. He had all the time in the world to get on that item on time.
Well, it looks like he wanted to be there to be able to do some initial damage on Rafa.